Happy Friday, you're watching The Big Story with me, Haryanto Diman. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel so you will not miss an episode. DBS apologizing to its shareholders and customers for Wednesday's disruptions to its digital banking services, with CEO Piyush Gupta calling the incident sobering and embarrassing. Speaking at the bank's AGM, Mr. Gupta says, quote, ensuring uninterrupted digital banking services 24/7 has been our key priority. Unfortunately, we fell short of it and are truly sorry. The event also saw DBS Chairman Peter Seah bowing to shareholders to show his regret. DBS also says it will set up a special board committee to look into the cause of the outage, which left customers unable to access online and mobile services, as well as PayLah and DBS VOUCHERS. A review is underway. After a 4-hour disruption that resulted in massive immigration delays at Changi Airport and our land checkpoints, the immigration clearance system is running normally again. Posting the update on Facebook just before 4 p.m, the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority says it's investigating the root cause of the system issue. This is not something you would normally expect at what was recently named the world's best airport. When my colleague correspondent David Sun arrived at Terminal 3 just after noon, the departure area before the automated clearance gates was packed. There were no queues at T1, 2 and 4 though. Now David tells us more.
I'm here at Changi Airport's Terminal 3, where there were long queues spotted just now. From about 11:30, there seemed to be some sort of technical disruption to the clearance system, according to ICA. Long queues had formed when we came here about 12 plus. We saw one queue going this direction, which was about 50 meters, and another long queue on that side about 50 meters. So after speaking to some people, friends and family and all that, who came to see their friends and family off, they said that this lady, who went in with a 2-year-old child, basically took about an hour to clear the entire departure process all the way to the automated gates and clear it. So we spoke to other passengers also said, they weren't really minded by the long queues and all that. They said the staff had actually come out to pass them water, so it's actually okay.
In other news, residents in Singapore and Malaysia will find paying for things in each other's countries more convenient with today's launch of cross-border QR code payment connectivity. Now, for those of us in Singapore, what it means is as long as you're a customer of these participating financial institutions, you'll be able to make payments in Malaysia by scanning DUITNOW QR codes. Similarly, for customers in Malaysia, if you belong to any of the 9 institutions on this list, you can scan a NETS QR code to pay. There are also plans to roll out cross-border person-to-person fund transfers like PayNow by the end of the year. About 950,000 eligible households living in HDB flats will receive their USAVE GST voucher and service and conservancy charges rebate next month. Eligible households will receive USAVE vouchers of between $440 and $760 depending on their flat type. Service and conservancy charge rebates ranging between 1.5 to 3.5 months will also be handed out to eligible households. The GST voucher payments, which also comprise cash and MediSave, are meant to help lower and middle-income Singaporeans. And you can expect to pay less for electricity bills in the April-June quarter, with the tariff dropping by an average of 5.4% from Q1, marking the 3rd consecutive quarter that the tariff has fallen. SP Group says the decrease is due to lower energy costs. For households, the tariff before GST will fall from 28.95 cents to 27.43 cents per kilowatt hour from Saturday to June 30th. Now, this means the average monthly bill for families living in HDB 4-room flats will fall by $4.69 before GST. Digital license will become the official identification for vocational drivers, including taxi drivers, private hire car and bus drivers. It will be automatically available on the SingPass mobile application and can be accessed from the My Cards section on the app, alongside the digital IC and driver's license. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong is in the Chinese capital Beijing for the last leg of his week-long visit to China. PM Lee has met Beijing Party Secretary In Lee for the first time, where the two men established that Singapore and China have close interactions and a good relationship. The Prime Minister is set to meet President Xi Jinping along with other leaders like Mr. Cao Leti, head of the National People's Congress, and Mr. Wang Huning, who chairs China's top advisory body. Across the causeway, Malaysia's highest court has dismissed former Prime Minister Najib Razak's bid to review his corruption conviction over the scandal at the State Fund 1 MDB. A 5-person federal court bench voted 4-1 to dismiss Najib's application to review the conviction. The 69-year-old former premier was jailed last year after Malaysia's federal court upheld a guilty verdict and 12-year prison sentence handed down to him by a lower court. Najib can no longer challenge the conviction in court, but he has applied for royal pardon, which, if successful, could see him released without serving the full 12-year term. Former US President Donald Trump has been indicted by a Manhattan grand jury. It makes the 76-year-old the first former president to face criminal charges, even as he makes another run for the White House. This follows a probe into hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels. Trump maintains that he is, quote, completely innocent, and his lawyers say they will vigorously fight the case. The specific charges are not yet known, as the indictment remains under seal. And those are top stories today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by clicking the red button below. I'm Haryanto Diman. Have a good weekend and join us next week for more stories on The Big Story.